Most pool owners have been given the same advice. Run your pool pump for 8 to 12 hours a day. And frankly, that's because that's a safe catch-all answer that will provide most pool owners with enough turnovers for filtration to keep their water clear. Told to them by somebody that doesn't have to pay their electric bill. That was really never the best advice, even for single-speed pool pumps. But when it comes to variable speed pool pumps, turning your pump off could actually be costing you more money. And if you're strategic, optimizing a schedule running your variable speed pool pump 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, can actually give you cleaner water, better filtration, a quieter backyard, and still save you a significant amount of money over that 8 to 12 hour schedule. I'm Kevin from Clearwater Chronicles. Today we're testing one of the biggest myths in pool ownership. Can running your variable speed pool pump 24 hours, 7 days a week actually save you money? Let's take a look. Let's start with the old tech. A single speed pool pump runs at one speed, and every minute it's on, it's drawing full power. That's often around 2,000 watts, and running that all day would hit your electric bill pretty hard, which is why the 8 to 12 hour advice kind of became the standard. A modern variable speed pool pump, on the other hand, works differently because of something called the pump affinity law, or specifically cube law. Power usage climbs very fast as speed increases. If you cut the pump's speed in half, you don't just cut energy in half. You drop it by almost a factor of 8 on average. This is the reason a 24-hour schedule can cost less than an 8-hour high-speed cycle. Every pump model and pool setup will pull slightly different wattages at each RPM. So the exact numbers that you see on your equipment may vary, but the relationship is the same. Lower speed means a huge drop in energy usage. Let's compare two real schedules with an energy cost of 15 cents per kilowatt hour. The numbers here are based on averages. Your plumbing or filter may be a little more restrictive. Your wattage at low RPM may land a little higher, but the comparison still holds. Let's just say at 3,450 RPM, the motor is pulling about 2.1 kilowatts. 8 hours at that speed is going to use 16.8 kilowatt hours. Now for a full day with 3 different phases. Phase A, we'll call this low speed phase. Phase A runs at 16 hours at 1,000 RPMs at about 0.15 kilowatts. This keeps the water moving and the chemistry mixed. Phase B runs 6 hours at 2,000 RPM at about 0.55 kilowatts to handle skimming and cleaning. Phase C is going to run 2 hours at 3,450 RPM for things like spa jets or backwashing. Some setups may need a slightly higher RPM during the low speed window if the plumbing is long or the filter is oversized. If your skimmer stops pulling or your flow meter drops too far, you can adjust that phase up a little bit. Here's the comparison. 16.8 kilowatt hours per day, about $2.52 a day, or around $76 a month. Maintenance cruising, the 16-hour phase, uses about 2.4 kilowatt hours. Skimming, or the 6-hour phase, about 3.3 kilowatt hours. The high-speed cycle, or the 2-hour phase, adds about 4.2. That gives us a total of 9.9 kilowatt hours a day, about $1.48 a day, or roughly $45 a month. You're circulating the water 3 times longer and still saving about $30 a month. That works out to over $300 a year, and the truth is, for a lot of pools, this could be tweaked down even more. Because for many pools, from a filtration standpoint, this would still be considered more than what's necessary. The savings alone are great, but in addition, your chemistry stays more stable because the water is never sitting still. You cut the chances of algae getting a foothold, and your equipment runs quieter because most of the time, it's running at a low speed. That old 8 to 12 hour advice was for single speed pumps and for people that didn't want to do the math or take the time to dial it in. Modern variable speed pool pumps work best when they run longer at lower speeds. Thanks for watching Clearwater Chronicles. I'll link some good variable speed pool pumps down in the description if you're considering making the switch. Using those links helps support the channel, and I appreciate it very much when you use them. Thanks for watching, and remember, belly flops build character.